What's up, everybody? I'm Alan Seslowsky, and thanks for joining us today at RosterWatch. After Independence Day is traditionally when many people start doing their fantasy football research and preparation. We know at RosterWatch Nation you're dedicated to year-round fantasy football analysis and research. That said, average draft position changes drastically once the casual players enter the ADP market. Today we're going to talk about a few players, observations we've made about them, and possible strategy tips as the market begins to change. The first player I want to talk to you about is Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the rookie running back on the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, it's easy to make a positive case for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. The rookie was drafted in the first round by one of the best teams having the best quarterback. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is also a prolific pass catcher, which we all know is gold for fantasy. But if we take a look and take a step back for a minute, Claude Edwards-Helaire, who is going in the top 25 picks as the RB 14 currently, does have some risk. Now, veteran running back Damien Williams is still there, and Damien Williams played his heart out last year, especially in the postseason. Many even believe that Damien Williams was the Super Bowl MVP. Not saying that Clyde Edwards-Helaire can't pay off later in the season, but it could be a bumpy first month. When you spend your first or second round pick on Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you should know that there is a significant risk of a slow start in the beginning of the season. Co-founder of RosterWatch, Alex Dunlap, sees him as it could have a type of season like Miles Sanders did, where he came on at the end, but it might be too late if he goes off to a slow start. The next player we're going to talk about is Leonard Fournette on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The market seems to be split on whether to trust Leonard Fournette or not. Now, coming back to the 2019 season, Leonard Fournette paid the Bills with his 76 receptions. He was targeted over 100 times. That was enough to offset his low touchdown total of only 3. This past offseason, Leonard Fournette was being shopped around. They did not pick up his fifth-year option, and the team gave every indication that they wanted to rid themselves of Leonard Fournette. All that said, he's still on the team, and he could be in a run-him-till-the-wheels-fall-off situation. Add to that new offensive coordinator, Jay Gruden, recruited Chris Thompson from his days over in Washington to come in and be a pass-catching specialist. Now, based on how Jay Gruden deployed Chris Thompson in the past, we can reasonably expect that he'll be heavily involved in the passing game. That is not good news for Leonard Fournette's PPR upside. Leonard Fournette right now is going in the late third round, but still is the favorite for short yardage work and should be the early down grinder. The market is split, and it will be interesting to monitor Leonard Fournette's ADP as more people enter the fantasy football market. Before we continue, I just want to give you a quick word about what's going on over at RosterWatch.com. The 2020 RosterWatch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet is available now at RosterWatch.com. The revolutionary cheat sheet that changed fantasy football forever is back, only at RosterWatch.com. The RosterWatch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet, all you need to do is follow 3 simple rules. That's it. 3 rules. It couldn't be any easier. And an expert quality fantasy football draft is guaranteed. The RosterWatch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet, available now at RosterWatch.com. The last player we're going to talk about today is James Conner on the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you've been playing fantasy football long enough, one of the most interesting changes over time has been the access to information. Going back 2 decades, there was such a thing as real sleepers. By modern day standards, sleepers are hardly sleepers anymore, as everybody gets alerts in the palm of their hand. James Conner may represent a modern day sleeper. Let me explain. Going back to 2018, James Conner finished as a top 12 running back at his position. In 2019, he was being drafted as a fringe first-round pick, but largely disappointed due to his significant missed time in the season. James Conner, by all indications from the Pittsburgh Steelers, is going to be their 3-down workhorse running back that does catch passes. Now, the Steelers did draft Anthony McFarland in the 4th round. They still have Benny Snell, last year's 4th-round running back, and Jalen Samuels behind him as depth. But the team has given every indication that the trust is in James Conner, and he's going to get the first crack at most of the workload. It makes it for an interesting pick in the late 3rd round, early 4th round for James Conner, who could theoretically have a top 5 RB finish in his range of outcomes. Okay, RosterWatch Nation, that's it for today. Remember to like and subscribe to get notifications when we go live, and leave a comment on the video. We will comment back. Until next time, goodbye.